welcome back to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. We are your hosts, Dee and Andrew,
Hello.
and we're back with the next segment in our Summer of Duologies, the sequel. This is the sequel to last week's hit movie, Romancing the Stone. Here we have the follow-up, Jewel of the Nile, and I I say that with a shoulder shrug because this is a rough one.
Yeah, so it's going to be better than like Teen Wolf 2. We really should have actually done this, even though they're a little bit longer than what we were doing last year. We kind of should have done this with the other 80s ones, because this is a sequel to a movie everybody loved that everybody hated. And it was the 80s, so you couldn't necessarily save your franchise. Very few things saved franchises back then. Like, there was no Teen Wolf 3, they gave up on it, right? Like, if you bombed out the second time,
it morphed into Teen Witch, is what happened to Teen Wolf 3.
If you look at Halloween 1 and 2, right? 2 wasn't a bomb. 3 was the bomb. So
because they wanted to do something different.
Yeah, and they killed this super promising franchise. And
but somewhere along the way, they did say they were hoping to do another one, but then they just kind of sort of just threw up their hands and said to hell with it.
Yeah, and they sort of said that for years, though. Like, they said that shit
kept circling it
for years. And it was by the time Douglas, like, what else did he fucking do in the 80s? Like, he didn't start his sexy man thing until
87 was what?
Wall Street. That's right. Oh, okay.
That's where he was
Wall
Mr.
Streets. How long are those? Oh, Shia. We've never done a Shia LaBeouf. Not yet. But yeah, so it would have been interesting to do it around Teen Wolf 2, just because this is one of the sequels that didn't make it. Like, this is one of the franchises that didn't happen, even though the first movie is still beloved. Like,
you would have hoped that they would have, gone on to do at least 2 more, maybe.
Yeah, they could have done. I think they easily could have gotten this to 93 with 3. They needed another year. We were talking about this pre-show, that this was actually a year later. So this is a rush job too. And there's some trivia to why that happened. But they lost the screenwriter and they still went forward with just this fucking garbage Connor and Rosenthal script. Like, fuck those guys. Okay. So I think I'm primed. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's
just get this over with. Okay. From Walt Disney Pictures, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. It's still a Fox film.
It's still a Fox. What have we got going on here in the background? A Michael Douglas production. Look at his big old name.
Right in the face. Louis Teague.
Louis Teague, not a good sign. Ooh, okay. Jewel of the Nile. I fucking remember this. I saw this in the theater. It was one of my early...
Yeah, I remember seeing this in the theater, just being... This is nothing like the first one. It's some garbage. There we go.
Yep.
Very fresh looking Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas.
So she would have Peggy Sue Got Married, then she would do The Accidental Tourist. I'm trying to remember what went wrong sort of in the late 80s with her career. because by 89 she was over. Oh, switching channels.
Switching channels was a flop.
That
Yeah,
was a big old flop.
and that had both Burt Reynolds and Christopher Reeve.
Christopher
And
Reeve.
that was another. What was that? Another canon
That
film?
was canon. She made, yeah,
See,
she went
and
canon.
he got screwed by them too, Christopher
Yep.
Reeve. Although, what's that? Street Smart became very acclaimed
Yeah.
more
Street
because of Morgan Freeman than
Morgan
anything.
Freeman was, and it was a very early like Morgan Freeman. Um, you gotta you gotta understand, kids. Even though Morgan Freeman has been making movies since 1968 or whatever, you didn't really notice him until shit.
88,
Yeah,
87, 88.
yeah,
Because up to that point, he was dude from he was from the Electric
yeah. He
Company.
was on the Electric Company, right? Like,
Yeah,
and then
and you might have
where
seen him on a show or something every now and then.
and by 92 you got the first sort of prototype Morgan Freeman with Unforgiven.
Yeah.
And then other people realized he was awesome, started using him a lot, and then pretty soon he just was doing Unforgiven type stuff until he got to start
Oh
living.
wait, hold on.
What?
We're forgetting the '80s Morgan Freeman, the one that actually put him over, that gave him the
Oh,
name. Lean on Me
and Glory, right?
and Glory. Yeah,
Yeah.
Glory that put him
Him
and
and
Denzel out
Denzel
there.
over. Yeah. Uh huh.
So now we know this is, course is not, really happening. And she's being
Right.
attacked by the Lost Boys from Hook here. And oh, yeah.
Okay. So they're just chilling. We've got a very fun like end credit montage, but the opening thing.
Right. It's like it's the beginning instead of.
Yeah.
I believe this is the theme.
I bet we'll see a credit. But yeah, so 85, these two were in the videos. Like it was Michael
Of
Douglas showing off that he could make a hit, and he did not.
course, Kathleen Turner probably her exact expressions while reading this script.
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
we're
so
switching out. What you call it?
yeah,
Alan
we're
Silvestri for
switching
Jack
out
Nietzsche.
Silvestri for Jack Nietzsche, who has done some great stuff, but he does not have a good like baseline. Like
Uh-uh.
he's not good at being middling, which is what he needs here, and he does not. Jan de Bont, though,
Yeah, that's why it looks kind of decent.
yeah, based on characters created by Diane Thomas. I think it's story by, and then nope, damn. Why does Michael Douglas have a fucking picture of himself like that in the fucking cabin of his boat?
Because
Uh
he's
huh.
Michael Douglas,
Oh,
man.
yeah, okay.
All the pictures are mostly him. Directed by Louis Teague,
Who
who
did
I think,
Alligator? Did he
and I
do
believe
Alligator?
Cujo,
Yeah,
right?
so yes, I believe Cujo is correct. So we have taken a big hit here. We
Oh,
are
and
not
Cat's Eye, I think.
okay. It is no
Big animal guy,
longer
I guess. So this is your like pure uncut. I'm a '80s stud, Michael Douglas.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm delivering. I'm Indiana Jones. You should
Yeah.
have gotten me for Indiana Jones.
See, Paramount, look what you're missing out on. This is even before. Oh shit! Yeah. See, Douglas had the '80s in his pocket, man. He was like the mature. He was Tom Cruise for mature folks because
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
it was Wall Street and Fatal Attraction.
Yep.
That's what really set him off. And then he just really started taking himself that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Star Chamber is good. I like the Star Chamber.
But that's 83, so that's
Yeah,
before
that's
he
way
hit.
back before. Yeah, that was when he was actually trying. Here, he's just not, you know.
Here it's like, oh, I get to just be laid back and I don't have to work very hard at it. And it's like, no, man. Like the
Yeah,
first
because
one.
he's already got the girl. So,
Mm-hmm. But again, we have this terribly framed for video shot here. Like, look at this.
oh, she wouldn't have been in the shot. It was completely framed wrong.
Okay, so this is potentially a reference to the fucking cologne commercials of the 80s where the guy rode a motorcycle. Okay, we've got a
That was,
bonehead there. I wonder who that
yeah.
is.
Oh, look, it's
Yep.
Tyler Taylor. Mm. Oh, so Joan wins in another award, and
I
Jack just
can't.
can't handle it.
No.
Joan Wilder.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what you can survive as long as like the second one's not too bad. You can you can get to a third. Like
Yeah,
I'm
this
still
didn't stand a
bummed.
chance.
Nah, I'm still bummed. There's no look at the framing again.
Yeah.
Um, red. We'll do reds. Let's do those. That's a duology.
Hmm.
Have you seen those? I like those. The
I
Bruce
haven't seen
Willis
those.
ones. You haven't seen the?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit, man! The first one's
No,
actually good. Oh
there was just a point where I just had enough Bruce Willis.
nah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's this dude.
get used to looking at him because he's gonna be around a lot.
So the other thing that was going on at this point was the James Bond series. So globe trotting was sort of a prerequisite for big action movies. Um, like I guess studio action, like A-list action movies, the equivalent of an A-list action movie, which is B-list at the studio compared to everything else. But it's also
Mm.
the money maker, so it's complicated. It doesn't have prestige though, which is why you have Oscar hunters. But we'd established that we had to go on location to shoot things. Indiana Jones 2, the trailer said it was filming around the globe in these exotic locations, and we would still make our release date. Um, the best thing, or maybe the only fun thing about Five coming out this summer because didn't do well and it should have,
Mm.
was all these people rewatching Temple of Doom and going, "Holy shit! I didn't realize it was this fucked up." And it's like, yeah, but globe trotting. So here we are on location in Greece. We've got to go to Greece to shoot our sequel. And we sort of talked about this last time that it would
Yeah.
just end up in France by the 90s.
Oh yeah, but then they have the kids and uh this movie. First of all, it's just
Well,
they're not doing anything good to drag you into the story here. Like
no, and it's Michael Douglas being a dick.
yeah,
It's this immediate jealousy subplot that's a little weird.
right.
Um and it's we haven't gotten to see them, we haven't gotten to like watching them together. Like,
Exactly. Like we just saw pictures of them when they were happy
right, but we didn't
together.
see the
But
scene. Yes.
now this is, the honeymoon's over and you don't really start like that.
What's really stupid about this, other than Douglas not really wearing lifts right now, um, thank you, Blu-ray, is that you have a good template for this in the second Thin Man movie. Like that is like a 10-minute opening sequence reminding you why you like these people from the last movie before it kicks off the regular plot. They could have had that here. Like they just needed to have them doing something likable instead of him being a complete and utter dick by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't When the Going Gets Tough the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were in
So
the video.
yeah, we're branding lines with cross promotion to the songs because I'll bet Michael Douglas thought he was going to be a music producer. We are kind of lucky that he never thought to do a musical career.
Oh no. Good evening, Miss Turner. Might I add that is a lovely dress you're wearing.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
Or his fucking suit. and
Mm-hmm.
the way he's just strutting around in
Miami
it, like,
Vice
yeah,
was out by now, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It had just hit, like it had just become the
So that's the other weird thing about the 80s is you had Miami Vice, which was this hit TV show that was stylish, but very TV still. And so then these guys, oh shit, these guys do like it's
uh
stylistic. Oh, pay attention to the hair. But
oh.
you're like ripping off TV style. Meanwhile, Don Johnson and what's his face's movie
Philip
career
Mike,
goes
yeah.
no, yeah, they couldn't break out.
Hey, what the
So,
hell?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit, are we gonna get a sad music montage? Like it's a fucking Rocky movie?
There's
Oh
no
damn,
easy
are we?
way out. Now it's too early in the movie for a montage. Oh, off she goes with the
Are they gonna fucking? They didn't acknowledge. They didn't wave. What the like? This is weird. Okay, so Jack Nietzsche did the music for Starman, which is like awesome music, unappreciated, blah blah blah.
yeah.
But this is kind of the same score, and it doesn't work.
Oh,
Oh, we would not have
that's
been able to see the two of them in a shot together in pan and scan.
right. They'd have to move it over. Now that's not Oscar the Grouch, kids. That's good old Danny DeVito in the sequel.
He can get away with this because he's doing Louis on the big screen.
Yeah.
So, like, DeVito's creating his baseline here. You can always get at least this much out of Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
This is a terrible. Why is the shot this?
Yeah. It.
So, Jewel of the Nile, I imagine, is a movie that is less bad on TV for the pan and scan being bewildering and the shortened runtime by 15 minutes.
I don't even want to know what they cut out. Like,
Um, so what's funny is there's this sequence vaguely gets repeated, like some of the beats get repeated in Last Crusade.
yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like Jeffrey
They just
Boehm,
they cobbled
watch.
it together for a better movie.
Yeah, maybe Boehm was a ghostwriter on this. I don't know. Did you just
Oh,
see
there goes the boat.
Douglas steal himself for that? He was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking do it, man.
There goes the boat.
You know who should have been him in Traffic?
Hmm.
It's a problematic suggestion, but I'm going to make it based on it being the year 2000. Piece of shit, James Woods.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, he was
Like,
on. He was on fire back then.
wasn't
Still
he?
right. He was still
Yeah.
doing it big.
He's sort of like I watched Casino again a couple of years ago, and that
Uh-huh.
really is him just sort of showing off. But
Yeah,
like, no,
because he does
because
so much with that small part.
yeah. So like he's showing off he can do a best supporting actor nomination and like keep his shit together, but like that would have been a great lead for him. Like pseudo lead.
Oh yeah, it's just the only issue is he's good at playing dicks, and even though the Michael Douglas character was priggish, there was
Good point.
some level of nobility to him, and Woods Woods is good, but he's good at being a prick.
Okay. Is there ever been a movie where James Woods was a good, nice guy?
Yeah,
Hmm. I've never seen Straight Talk, but that would
now you know
probably.
if Traffic was a little more gritty, I could have seen Peter Weller as the
Ooh,
Michael Douglas part.
yeah.
If
Well,
they
the
were if they
thing
were willing to
is,
go that far,
well, if you were, I don't know. I just had the fucking impossible idea.
Mm.
Michael Reginald Rourke.
Hmm.
2000, I don't know how bad the plastic surgery was at that point, but
No, I think he still looked like him back then, right?
yeah, like he'd look pretty close. And Mickey
But again,
Rourke
he's another one.
he always played pricks, Buddy Boogie, Diner.
Yeah,
He was not a prick. Like he was priggish. Like he
yeah.
was
There you go.
problematic, but like they could have done that. And he
Because he's kind of
never,
the rebel.
yeah. Mickey Rourke basically what he rejected was being Judd Nelson. And because he was like, that's a bad idea. Nobody should be Judd Nelson. And Judd Nelson was like, I'll be Judd Nelson.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a little too Judd Nelson.
yeah. So, but I can see because that's what the Michael Douglas role in Traffic could have been is instead of it being some dude like Douglas or Harrison Ford, who was the first one rumored about, it could have been a great comeback for somebody.
Yeah, for one of those, for one of the character actor guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could have been Mr. James Spader. I don't know if he would have been old enough. But if it had been James Spader, you can see James Spader doing that. Like, oh,
Vader. Uh,
ooh,
mm,
that's what I want. I want a Steven
that's
Soderbergh.
when he was kind of crossing that. Yeah. Huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Mm,
Spader or damn, that's a lot of
yeah.
cat.
There's a lot
Could
of,
have
I mean, like, because
took
it was
that.
just that thing, but it would be like anybody. Because Douglas didn't change at all because he did that. He started doing, like, he didn't do any more better shit when he was doing that.
No, that was just a kind of a you know sort of a sleepwalk for him doing
Though
that.
he did go on to do, I never saw the Liberace movie. I haven't been able to
No,
fucking, by the time I was like, I'll watch the Liberace movie, I'm like, I don't want to watch a fucking Matt Damon. I don't even know. It must have been the first time Matt Damon was a fucking dick. And I was just like, I'll just skip that for a bit. And then it's just
you know
like,
what
he
I
just,
want to see though
mm.
that I haven't seen in a long time. Um, Remember that Rat Pack movie they did with
Oh, yeah.
Ray Liotta and who was it? I think Don Cheadle was Sammy,
Dan Cheadle with Sammy, yeah.
and a very miscast. I think uh, Joe Montana. I think they had played Bean.
Joe
No,
Montana, that poor guy,
nope.
like he never fucking crossed over, and then he resisted just fucking selling out on TV,
Hmm.
even though it was super obvious he'd be great at it, and then he did it like late.
Yeah.
But considering where all that shit went, the era that somebody should have just given up on movies and fucking had a baller TV career was like 92 in reality. Like
Yeah. Because
somebody
the
should
'90s, they could still make it happen on TV in the '90s.
uh-huh,
Nowadays, people are just resigning to do it.
uh-huh. I
There's a
think
difference.
it's past that though. Like I think it's a combination of I think we're past the being resigned to do it to that like you're you're just even if you're Chris Evans, you're kind of still hustling. Like
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Chris. My fucking workout app is from Chris Hemsworth. That dude's hustling. Like none of the Marvel guys don't have to work except fucking Downey.
Mm,
He's the only one that doesn't have to work still.
well, he still owes me another Sherlock Holmes.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I want out of him. I don't care if he comes back as Iron Man or not. I want to see another Sherlock Holmes, not Enola Holmes, which is weird. I'm shocked they didn't merge that as like a spin-off of that, but oh well.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix and their fucking Netflix ought to do this is what I don't get about Netflix. It seems like half of their thing, they get it, is that you have stars who are related to Netflix properties. And so they do originals with those stars. So it's cool that old girl gets to fucking have her own little movie series there. Like, they're fine, like, whatever. But
Now I wonder
they
how many of those she signed to do, because
why aren't they spinning off a fucking Henry Cavill action movie Sherlock Holmes?
right.
Like, oh no, he left your show and nobody's ever going to fucking watch it again. Like, figure this shit out. But then the other streamers haven't really got it figured out either. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah. So so far into the film here, we've just got a lot of location bullshit going on.
Had Ishtar
Uh,
happened yet? Yeah. So now we're watching a road movie with Michael Douglas and Danny DeVito. Isn't that what we wanted to watch?
Pretty much. This is I think this chart came out after this.
87? Yeah, it was after
Yeah.
this.
Needless to say, Jewel of the Nile in the pantheon of sequels to movies that were really good makes little to no impact whatsoever as a movie.
None whatsoever. This movie,
This is the type of movie where you'll never hear, "Oh, Jewel of the Nile was awesome."
no, this movie has no fans. You have to think about that. There are no fans of this movie. Like,
Some don't even know it exists.
right, people don't know it exists.
A lot of people don't even know it's the sequel to Romance in the Stone.
People have, because people don't know Danny DeVito as part of this weird triumvirate with.
Yeah, with Michael
Because here's
Douglas.
the thing is, they were in the video together. They would have been on talk shows together. They would have done the
Oh
circuit
yeah,
together, right? They might
yeah.
have been at the Oscars together. They were a trio, and it was funny, and it was
They were
kind
trying to
of
make it happen.
they fucking nobody like made it happen, right?
No.
And then also, this is the most Danny DeVito ever has looked like an accountant. We've gone from him looking fake scruffy to looking like an accountant here.
Oh
Like
yeah. He said, "Hey, I gotta look good standing next to
right.
Douglas if I'm gonna." Because before he was a ragamuffin, now
Mhm. Now he's got
he's
some
got basically
style.
what? Yeah, he's got
Oh my
whatever
god,
Douglas is wearing.
do you think GQ had a fashion spread with the two of them?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I gotta watch Twins again. I haven't seen Twins in
Oh God.
38 years.
Yeah, I couldn't. I
I
can't
gotta
watch that
watch
movie.
Twins again
Okay.
and Junior. I'm gonna do it
That shit used
someday.
to be on all the fucking
Gotta
time.
do it.
Twins. I used to see that shit every damn
I've
day.
seen that movie like twice.
Ugh.
Gotta see that shit again. And Rain Man.
Now, Junior, I had to skip out on altogether.
I do not think I vaguely remember at one point I made it through Junior, and the next time I tried it, I did not make it through.
Oh, look at the guy liner on Michael Douglas.
He had that in the first one though. It's established.
Yeah,
Look at that fucking hair though.
right.
Just like look at
I
how big I
wonder.
can make my hair. I can make it so
I wonder.
big.
I wonder if his hairstylist has a created by credit,
Oh, we gotta watch for that
like
shit.
like in Lethal Weapon. Mel Gibson's
So,
hairstyle created
folks,
by.
pin in that for the after show. Okay, so this is kind of amusing because this is basically an episode of or one of the fucking Fleischer cartoons. There's
Yeah, this
like
is.
an episode where Superman is they're in some city that's about to be invaded by the
Oh,
Nazis
that's
and
the final hour or something.
Yeah, something like that, where Superman's doing sabotage shit. And it's super weird because even though Superman did that shit all the time, it's lost to the, like,
Yeah.
it's not, the context is all lost. But yeah, so they had one, and and Lois is there fucking around, but also Clark is there saving the day and shit.
Now here we have Joan just being a, you know, uh, Kathleen Turner don't get the credit for being one
No,
of the female badasses back
no,
then.
no,
She never does.
nope, nope. I do want to watch the I Wachowski again, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
that one.
yeah,
Like she was really good.
yeah.
Like she, if anything, she carries this. Like she's the reason why this isn't. I mean, it's a bad movie, but it's not
Right. It's not as bad as it would be if it were Michael Douglas and Danny DeVito. Like,
right. Yeah, if
she
they had
doesn't
just kind
embarrass
of
herself. She doesn't embarrass
written her
herself.
out of it.
Right.
Exactly.
Whereas fucking
He kind of
Douglas
grounds it.
is an embarrassment. And then DeVito's not, but he's also not doing anything.
Yeah, DeVito's just doing DeVito.
Yeah, so here she is in a totalitarian Muslim state, even though the guy's played by a Greek guy. Um, and there's like a bunch of politics going on that we don't understand yet. We are 33 minutes into this movie.
Yeah, there's all this
And
shit happening,
so
and it's
when
not
I
really
said you have 10 minutes of intro getting to like the cast, this did the opposite. Look at that fucking outfit.
right. He looks like Carlo about to get his ass whooped, and
Yeah,
Godfather.
yeah, yeah, he does.
Uh oh.
We could do an alternate cut season.
Huh.
That might be interesting. But it'd be
Uh-huh.
hard to find things short enough versus us watching all three versions of The Godfather Part 3.
No.
Just a
I
marathon of fucking death. Oh my goodness. That's what it is. That's a live show, baby. That's a fucking live show. We're fucking just, oh god, that'd be 20, that'd be almost a full day of Godfather Part 3. Just a mix of just, okay, here we've got the village from Labyrinth.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you turn my world, you precious thing. Whoa.
oh, he's not nice after all. Oh god.
You know, this is what got Bruce Lee caught in Enter the Dragon.
Okay,
Or no, this is what got
okay,
Jim Kelly killed in Enter the Dragon.
this looks like
Whoa.
a museum diorama. Okay, they've
Yeah.
also perfectly left at the same time. Okay, everybody. You know how nobody wants to talk about the fact Jar Jar Binks is a Jamaican guy?
Huh.
Um, what if we did that with Middle Eastern guy
Right. And
in the year 1985, which was a little late.
Kathleen Turner's doing her best Fem Deanna Jones.
Mm-hmm. She never really got to do one of those. She should have.
Yeah.
She,
If Sigourney Weaver got to be Ripley,
right.
Kathleen Turner
She,
had every right to do something.
yeah, that's kind of what's frustrating about in hindsight, Sigourney Weaver not embracing Ripley
Right.
was that she didn't make
Because any of the
anything that
rest of her,
good.
yeah,
Like,
any of the rest of her peers would have
Copycat
took that.
is shit. Like, I still have, I'm not, it's hard. Speaking of it being difficult to watch certain movies, it's hard to motivate myself to watch Death and the Maiden in 2023.
Mm.
Like, she didn't, and like, but Kathleen Turner, she should have gotten a fucking franchise.
Yeah.
She needed a
Well,
sister for
that's
this, and
what's it
either,
called? Vi
yeah,
Warshawski was supposed to be,
that was supposed to be, but it was Touchstone or it was Hollywood. And you know
uh,
what they do? They kill a franchise before it happens. And then Undercover
unless
Blues,
unless it's unless it was Bette Midler or Shelley Long.
mm, they should have Undercover Blues. They should have done as like a fucking a back to back with a sequel or something, and then fucking
Well, the gag in the first one was what they had the baby, right?
mm,
So any sequel would have had to been a time jump. So
well. So here's the problem with Undercover Blues, and this is what like it's hard to say. Undercover Blues should have been Michael Douglas and her, or it
yeah,
should have been Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan.
actually, it was at the time where they were also trying to make him happen. You
Yeah,
know,
and like you know, R.I.P. Dennis Quaid. Like, I'm sorry, you're a born again piece of shit, but like Dennis Quaid played for a long time on basically being the good looking John Goodman, right? Like Dennis Quaid was a
so much that him and
cool
John Goodman
white
appeared
dude,
in a movie together.
right? Two, I think. Like, yeah, everybody's all American and
Everybody's
the
all
Big
American.
Easy.
The Big
Like
East.
they were your cool white guys. Like by cool we mean not overtly racist for the
Not
80s.
yeah, not uh
They had more than one black. They would hang out with their black friend's
yeah, there
wife.
would be a black friend in the movie with them and it didn't look awkward.
It
Like,
didn't look awkward, and they would hang out with the black friend's wife,
hmm
which was epitomized by that piece of living shit Mel Gibson. Basically, they were
Oh,
selling working
Mel look
class.
made it look so good.
Yeah, they were basically selling working class Cosby Show was real. Um,
Yeah.
but oh my god,
See, this is a whole road to movie with these guys.
yeah, and it sucks because they suck. Like
They're
they
like
don't
a
have
Abbott
any
and
chemistry
Costello
together.
type road
Yeah,
to
but DeVito figured out that he could do this with um,
anybody else.
anybody else, and then he did it with Arnold Schwarzenegger to great success. And
Your
sort of,
brother Julius.
yeah. So like, and then he started directing, and Danny DeVito is one of the unsung like guys who made it. Like him, he's in a camp with like fucking George Clooney and shit. Like there
Oh
aren't a
yeah,
lot
hell
of
yeah.
guys who did it
Who
this
transcended
legit.
from
Yeah.
yeah,
But Danny DeVito transcended and he weathered. Danny DeVito weathered.
yeah. Because really, he don't even need fucking what you call it. Always Sunny. He
No.
doesn't even
And
need
now
that
he's
shit.
just a silly, beloved fucking
Yeah.
meme. And it's like, that's what Clooney could do too right now. He could do something like that. That's what, frankly, Ben Affleck should do. Ben Affleck should do a down and out PI show where J Lo is his ex wife and they have a kid together. And they like, it's a joke. It's problematic because they don't have any kids together. But like, it could be a spin on Gigli or something. Like they could
Yeah.
be, like make a big ass wink, but it's 2023. You hire some good fucking writers for both of them. Like we know that J Lo can be likable on screen even when she's a piece of shit in real life to people. Like their commercial That fucking commercial with him at the Dunkin' or whatever when she goes to the drive-through and yells at him. Like,
Oh,
I like that more than I like most fucking movies. Like, there was more natural charm in that than in most movies. That ought to be his comeback. But he's a piece of, but he'd bring his brother in, so no, fuck him. Like, okay, here we go, everybody.
oh God. Uh,
That was supposed to be a funny stunt, and somehow they completely ruined it. Like, how did that just happen? Captain America was supposed to hang glide into the prison. Okay.
and now
We
finally a fucking action sequence where
okay. Now this would have played a lot better in the music video.
I think the music video uses a lot of this
I think
footage.
it does too. And like a little bit of original footage. Because
Yeah,
the music
there's
video was like the trailer.
yeah,
But
it's
then
them. It's Billy Ocean singing and them in the background singing, and then it's like a lot of clips from this scene, and I think a
mhm,
scene with them on a train and shit. And
but it's not about them hating each other.
right, they might show this real quick, and then a lot of shooting and running.
But here we just have Nietzsche not having a thing in the bank for this. Instead, whoa. Oh, it's culturally problematic in addition to being bad. Okay, I got you.
Is this like Rambo 3, where
It's yeah, the clearly Stallone
Rambo
watched this too.
Rambo assists the Taliban?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
yeah.
Back to they've appropriated DeVito.
hmm And he's in a more traditional outfit with his fucking hat and his sport coat.
Well, he still looks like he's in a
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But like like he's still wearing the nice clothes, so he would just take off that
yeah.
sport coat and show that Danny DeVito can do it all.
He looks like Costello.
But yeah, here we've got. Oh shit! He ends up with the tribe, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, how much longer
Somebody
is this
snatches
fun?
him up, right?
Oh god, there's still an hour. Because that's the thing, even when stuff starts happening, it's not like it gets any better.
No, it's just one thing after another. Like this sequence here with the plane.
Okay, bold statement. You could redo this franchise with Chris Pine and literally anyone.
Chris Pine and Brie Larson, because
Oh no, that would be the good version. Oh my god, that would be the actual good version.
Brie
But you
Larson, I think, is the only person
no,
besides
I
my
think
always
okay, go
what.
ahead. No, who?
No, Brie Larson is the only one besides my forever go to. God, what the hell is her name? Mean Girls. Rachel McAdams.
Oh yeah. No, you could get away with this with Chris. Like realistically, yes, I agree. Like those would be the good versions. Netflix could buy this and remake it with Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, and it would be pretty good. Like even with Gal Gadot, Chris
But we'd have
Pine.
to believe, yeah, we'd have to believe she can really actually read a
Oh,
book or
oh
write a book.
shit. Oh shit. That's a problem. Oh fuck. Never mind.
We'd have to believe she can write a book with
Oh.
that damn
Oh.
Kal-El.
Does she speak Hebrew?
I think I don't know. Probably.
If she speaks, does she speak it? Is she more convincing when she speaks Hebrew? Like,
I don't think so.
oh,
Like
okay,
really. Like I saw Heart of Stone, and it's one of those like because it's like one of the early Arnold Schwarzenegger movies where everybody
oh
else in the movie has
god,
a little bit more dialogue that she does because
okay.
Still
Wow.
clearly not
Lines.
comfortable with lines, more
Oh,
dialogue that she needs.
God.
But she's trying. I'll give her that. You know, she's like Ana de Armas. They're trying, but they're not there yet to be doing
Right.
shit like that.
Oh
Oh,
my
so
God.
even with an army, he can't stop these inept
No.
people.
That's what they get for fucking with America or something. That's really Michael Douglas. Is that really Michael Douglas? No. Is that really Kathleen Turner? Yes. Is that really Michael Douglas there? No. Like,
Oh, wait a minute.
it's the saddest fucking, like,
It's Michael Douglas in that outfit
yeah.
in a jet.
But it's just like,
That's
this
what's
is a
supposed to make this look
terrible
cool.
scene.
Yeah,
Like, why is this
it's
happening?
not good.
Oh shit, they don't
Because
even take off, right? Like, it's just.
no, I think they just zoom across the desert.
Okay, but also they like misjudge. Um, right, they misjudge how much audiences want to see these fucking poor people get fucked with. Like,
Now this is the same year, I think, as Iron Eagle, but a year before
Top Gun.
Top Gun. I don't know if Iron Eagle was out
I
by
don't know.
then,
Okay,
by
if
this
we
point.
survive Ghostbusters, like, I wonder if we could survive Top Gun.
Ugh.
I fucking
Even-
hate that movie so much.
Yeah, yeah, Top Gun sucks.
Oh my god. And the second one, I bet the second one fucking sucks too. Nobody loves something that much without it actually sucking. Like,
Yeah, I remember seeing Maverick, but I couldn't tell you anything that stands out about it at all. You know?
right. Like, there's this weird fucking cultural hard on
Oh,
for airplane shit. And it's like,
the only thing,
okay, it's like the Gone with the Wind of the fucking 21st century, basically.
yeah, the only thing I can actually say about Maverick that I can remember, uh, Jennifer Connelly looked like she was having fun. She seemed to smile a little easier in it, but that was it. I don't think she pretty cried in it.
If you had told me she was going to have such a successful career with being entirely indistinguishable from. She basically just took Demi Moore's career.
That's what it is. Yep.
It's basically like they changed one out. She's like the slightly more legit Demi Moore or something. But like, it's really weird.
It is because I don't know what it was exactly that switched gears with her. Because remember, in the early '90s, everybody was just trying to get her naked.
Yeah.
Like, and she was willing if it was, I guess, the right movie. But then somewhere along the way, I would say, what, after Dark City or something,
Yeah.
somehow she got super legit. People started taking her seriously.
Wasn't she in A Beautiful Mind?
Yeah, I think that's
I
one
think
of the
that was what it was. Sure, that's a piece of shit too. Akiva
ones.
Goldsman. God. Oh. Yep.
That is by far one of the worst damn action sequences in any one of these types of movies.
Just the worst.
You drive off in a jet with no wings.
After just fucking up a whole town of fucking people without indoor plumbing. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a good look.
La 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 la.
There was also this really weird, like, post. I guess if gods must be crazy, like, legitimized making fun of
Oh yeah.
people in other countries like a
There
little
you go.
bit more than you did in the 70s. Like you just didn't have them in the 70s, but then you turn them into comedy beats and or
Oh yeah. Because the '80s was open borders. It was always
yeah,
Africa, India, Australia. It was always
yeah.
somebody different.
Oh, you know who was available to direct this movie, I'll bet?
Hmm.
James Cameron. I bet they could have hired James Cameron to do this.
He was already doing aliens though. I don't think he would have done this though.
Well, you just give him a bunch of money.
You
Just a bunch of money.
think he would have said
No,
no to aliens to do this?
no. But if the timing was, if Douglas had gotten to him first,
Mm.
because like the Aliens pitch movie was pitch us aliens, and he wrote alien and then put a dollar sign at the end with an S, and they're just like, yeah. But no, like this, I bet they could have gotten him for this if they'd asked him at the right time, like when he was really
and
worried when Harlan Ellison was suing him or something. Like, yeah,
promised them an extended underwater sequence.
right.
And we're back to DeVito. Just there we go.
Oh God, they're not together yet.
Caught in by
Oh,
the big group here.
we're just over halfway, in case you're wondering. Oh, we don't even know who the fucking jewel is or what the jewel is yet.
No, and
Mm,
when it happens, it's just a shoulder shrug. Like I can't not believe that half the audiences that went to go see this were like, "Give me back my money, you son of a bitch."
okay, so now we have what we could have had since the beginning of the fucking movie. The two of them in trouble, cross country on a road trip with a plot point. Like,
You know, a lot of this is very familiar to Last Crusade.
yeah,
You got the Bickersons here.
didn't um Marcus have an umbrella?
No,
No. Oh,
Dr.
Dad had
Jones.
the umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I getting this confused with that? Wait a second. Okay, so
Dad, we
either
have to go to Vienna.
either Jeffrey Boehm did this and Ghost wrote this, or the Connor and Rosenthal Ghost wrote that.
Marcus has the map. Why I sent the map to you? Could have sent it to the Marx Brothers.
Oh, but we're not watching that. We're watching this.
No.
That's the thing about Michael Douglas is he can't genuinely laugh. It took him until what Wonder Boys to genuinely laugh, and then he
Right.
just started doing that a bunch of the time too. Like
Oh yeah, after Wonder Boys, that was him. The
Wonder,
owlish sort of older guy.
yeah.
when he finally accepted that he shouldn't have a fucking 22-year-old wife on screen.
Right.
Well, another explosion, huh? Dummy, you just gave us away. Yeah.
This is one of those movies where it's just like the guy's just a dipshit. Like, don't you get that you're just a and it's like half the movie gets that he's a dipshit, and it's just like, okay, that's
Yeah, they didn't give us anybody here to root for, even though we know these
yeah,
characters.
it's really
That's
fucking
what
weird.
sucks. I hate any sequel that does
Look
that.
at that. Look, let's bring the plots together. Oh, we can even bring this one in.
Here we go.
So this entire sequel seems to be based on the idea that it's funny to have a guy with an accent say Joan Wilder, which we established in the first movie with Alfonso Aru. Imagine if the sequel had been about them teaming up with him or something. Like,
See, I always kind of hope that he would have showed up in this.
yeah,
Just kind of just bring it up a
but
little,
it's not like smart
punch
enough
it
to
up.
do that either. Like, that's the thing about it is it's just a fucking. That's what's wrong with Connor and Rosenthal is they're just really fucking bad. Like, they don't have
Because
any
look how
good ideas.
boring this is. This is just.
Right. And like the same thing happens in Superman 4. Superman 4 is boring. It's 88 minutes long or 87. It shouldn't be possible to be boring.
In
Not with
that
the
short amount of
amount
time.
of, yeah, with the effect, like just given the amount of action set pieces, but still it manages to be boring. Star Trek 5, boring. They're bad and they're boring.
Although I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little for Star Trek Five because
It's
the Spock bones and uh,
Yes, but that was
Kirk stuff
probably
works.
written by fucking Nimoy or
Yeah, that
something.
shit works.
And like, no, I mean that's their best, I think,
Hmm.
probably produced screenplay. But uh, let's see. Using Call Sheet, everyone. This cute little app, Call Sheet. Okay. Um, Jesus Christ. Okay. Connor and Rosenthal started with Billie Jean, Legend of Billie Jean, which I still haven't seen.
Really?
Followed by, I just can't motivate myself anymore.
You're not
Um,
missing nothing.
see,
It's not bad though.
okay, so there's that. They did this. They did Superman 4. They did the In Crowd, which was they directed. Rosenthal directed. That's Donovan Leitch, who fucking sucks, and Joey Pants and Bruno Kirby's dad. It's got to be fucking canon. Okay. Then they wrote Desperate Hours, which is the Mickey Rourke remake
Oh, the remake.
that shouldn't be bad. It should be good, and it's not because of them. Then they did Sometimes They Come Back, which I'm sure somebody likes. They did For Love or Money, which should be great, isn't. Fucking Beverly Hillbillies probably shouldn't be as bad as however it is. Mercury Rising sucked. Um, Mighty Joe Young sucked. Planet of the Apes. Fucking Mona Lisa Smile. Flicka.
Oh
Soldier's
God.
Apprentice was their last thing. Remember when Soldier's Apprentice was going to be a fucking hit? Because it was Jerry Bruckheimer and Nick Cage back together.
Oh, the
Like,
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah, the Disney franchise that wasn't. And then meanwhile, they wrote like some. They have
Oh
credits
wait,
on.
that's the one where they were trying to make it like a live action version of the Mickey Mouse shit instead of just
Mm.
doing a fucking Mickey Mouse movie.
And then Connor's got a credit on
They
the
suck.
Sopranos movie, but he didn't bring. But Connor wrote without Rosenthal for a bunch
Remember,
of prestige TV.
remember when that was gonna like take over the world? The Sopranos prequel movie or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, man.
Remember when that was just gonna just change the game?
Oh, okay. So
Oh shit!
I want everybody to try to imagine sitting, bullshitting through a fucking action sequence in anything. This is like Poltergeist 2. This fucking sucks.
Yeah, this is so bad. This is horrible.
Outrageous Fortune's got to be better than
Yeah.
this. It's got to be. Outrageous Fortune. Oh, wow.
Yep, here we go.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah. Here comes the old MGM Tex Avery cartoon sequence.
Oh, shit.
Strap in.
What the fuck? Okay. And children, you have to understand Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner gave interviews about how, like, these tribes people were just as much of people as Americans almost. Like, they gave multiple interviews about that. Like, it was troubling.
The only thing more out of pocket than this possibly might be the tribe scene in Ace Ventura when nature calls.
Like, this was 1985, man.
Yeah.
We're fucking 9 years on from the 76 King Kong. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we should do those. We're not going to do the
Yeah.
TV cut, but we should do. I was looking at
Yeah.
my fucking.
The
Yeah, we
regular
should
one.
do those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down
Fucking
for that.
Summer of Sequels is going to be one of those delayed to the theaters sequels, folks. We got a bunch of shit in the can here, or a bunch of shit on the list now. We're not married.
Oh, thank you, God. I don't see anybody with a bone in their nose.
1985 was really fucking long for this because you had Eddie Murphy who might have made fun of this and drawn attention to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Coming to America was 87, right? Or was it 80?
88.
88. So we were
Yeah.
3 years away from Coming to America, which was,
It made black folks dignified.
yeah, it like
They were no
was
longer just these tribes people when
mm-mm.
you go over there.
The direct line between Coming to America and Black Panther 1 is like, it's a strong line. Like, you
And
don't
Black Panther
understand how
sort of
few black
yeah.
things like that there were in movies in the 80s.
And Black Panther sort of stands on the shoulders of coming to America because I don't think Wakanda would have been
Yeah, no.
as defined as it was in the hands of certain folks.
Yeah.
They owe a lot to Wakanda owes a lot to the kingdom of Zamunda. So here we go. Here's another copycat Indiana Jones sequence because the hero has to fight, a big guy.
Okay, what we're missing about this is that the fight in Indiana Jones is against a fucking
Yeah,
Nazi.
big Nazi.
This
But
is
here
some
it's
kid who's just coming out and pummeling him with like, and so we've gone from this being white savior to
But we're
if
supposed to root for Michael Douglas for
right
some reason. Like,
because otherwise this guy's gonna marry away Kathleen Turner.
of course, they don't have her in a big pot or anything. So,
No. And the real plot of this is if you really were trying to do this kind of shit, you would have her teaming up with some hot African dude for the movie and then
right.
finding out that they were engaged. And then you get this fight scene, where it actually ties in. But you're not going to do that because this is fucking just, this is 1985, man. Like,
Yep. Well, what you call it had come out around this time, hadn't it? The first Gods Must Be Crazy.
that was like 81. Yeah.
Was it? Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit was. Did Spies Like Us have a fucking African tribe scene or no?
I don't think so. Like when they got into the desert, they went like straight to the I think the tent area, where the
Mm,
doctors and shit are.
here we got
I'm shocked.
Douglas showing him off.
That would have been a great chance for, Chevy to do some obnoxious Chevy Chase shit. Whoop.
Oh, God.
See, he did it. He knocked him out.
Mm.
Yes, let's hoist this colonizer on our shoulders and call him hero. Yay!
He's complaining about fucking sneaking to win. And now we get this.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
Is this
God.
another Michael Douglas, hey, I'm cooler than the room dance sequence? Oh.
Oh, yes, it is.
Twerk, twerk. Uh, wow.
Look at Douglas.
Yeah. Uh,
Do you think when he was playing a character who they were like, he's like a coked out fucking fiend, he was like, can they tell that I'm coked out? Or was he just like, they can't tell? That's so weird that they're like, I'm a coked out fiend, but I
no,
am
it's
a
because
coked out fiend.
everybody's looking at his hair.
My hair looks so good. Look at the
He's
shag in the
got
back.
cool hair.
Mel Gibson's got nothing on me. So there's like this quote about Mel Gibson, and oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to fucking make this observation. But there's this quote about Mel Gibson where he's like, John Borman said Mel Gibson thinks he's Lee Marvin, but he's not like even, he's like 4 inches shorter than Lee Marvin. Okay, that doesn't take into account all the other guys who weren't Lee Marvin at the time. And so, like, somehow Mel Gibson was like an A-lister who was a B-lister who was an A-lister or something. Like, it's fucking wild that he was just a piece of shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Like Bill Murray, you're like, yeah, I can see that. Like Mel Gibson,
Mm,
man, oh, kid
yeah.
got so many chances. Oh, Okay,
Wait,
everybody. Yes, I forgot.
huh?
Um, native. Oh man, the reason this
This
is
is
okay in a PG movie is because of racism. Just
this
so
is
much
like
racism.
1940s level type.
Right. This is something that got cut
Jeez,
out. This is like,
this is Call Me Bwana type shit. What the
yeah.
damn?
Okay, because also everybody, they're on a soundstage, which means they made people come in and do this.
Although they are getting Kathleen Turner do a little something strange for a piece of change here.
Yeah.
She's on the beat too. She don't
Dude,
look too awkward doing it.
what's a movie where the chick does this when she's fucking hallucinating? Isn't that a movie too?
Oh shit!
Okay, so
What's her face
basically,
jumps on a table and shakes her ass and 10 things.
okay,
She's
didn't,
drunk in that, right?
but she's not imagining she's dancing.
Right.
Um, so this basically comes off like the Jewel just was like, dude, look at that ass. You're not getting a better ass on a
Yeah.
white chick than Kathleen
Right.
Turner.
Right.
And Michael Douglas is like, hold on, let me look. Yep. By comparing her to the 17 other fucking women, boom, let's get
Well,
married. And the other guys are like,
yeah, the other
boom,
guys
let's
start
get
lifting theirs.
married. Jesus Christ.
So they've already said so far, right, that uh,
I don't think they said he's the Jewel.
uh
Oh, why do we have to have a fucking sex scene? Okay, everybody,
right,
remember last time when the sex scene was them like showing off what they could get away with in a PG movie?
right, and then this is
Then we're
just
getting this weird shit.
oh man,
Come on. Okay, here we go. Are we gonna try to we did not duplicate last movie, right? Like
no.
maybe they shot it, but the MPAA said no.
Well, they had to because they already had
Right?
plenty of
And they were like, we
native,
can't reshoot that. The NAACP told people what we were doing,
they had
and
plenty
we
of
can't reshoot that.
an entire sequence of bare naked Negroid titty.
Like
Ah.
Tim Burton's like, that's a little much, y'all. That's a little much.
Oh, see, look,
That
Michael
fucking
Douglas is
shirt.
styling
Yep.
in his shirt.
Okay, so Michael Douglas did do a movie where Gwyneth Paltrow played his wife.
Yep.
Okay, what I'm saying is they should do that movie again, though. But they're both fucking flakes, and she still tries to kill him. Like, you tell me you can't see Michael Douglas as the fucking goop man of the '80s. Like,
Ugh. Well, in a lot of ways, he definitely helped legitimize Nepo babies.
that is true. He really did. Though I would argue Gwyneth played off that a lot less than she could have.
Mm,
Flesh and Bone is fucking great. Like,
mm.
R.I.P. Dennis Quaid. But also in a movie with Meg Ryan. Like, yeah, where was their fucking ill-advised Thin Man reboot? Like, how do we not have a Thin Man reboot from 1991 with him and Mel and Meg in a fucking dye job? Like, Hudson
Oh.
Hawk exists, and we don't have that. I think the problem is cocaine. I'm pretty sure Dennis Quaid fell off the wagon
Something.
again.
It
Yeah,
was something.
he fell off the wagon after like because he had that year. He had Inner Space. He had Big Easy. He
Yeah, he had a
had
whole from what
Everybody's All American. It was like
87 to
86,
91 or 93 at the latest.
but
He had a pretty good streak.
yeah, but there's a break in there, and that's when he fell off the wagon again. The
Yeah.
break, because Undercover Blues was delayed, and fucking like
And
what's
half
the
of those people accidentally mistake for movies that start Kurt Russell.
right like it's just and Dennis Quaid never he kept trying to do like Inner Space type hits, except Inner Space was infamously not a hit. Inner
No, it
Space
wasn't.
still isn't a hit.
Interspace was a Interspace was more of a
It's a
video hit.
cult. It's a cult video hit.
It's a cult video hit, right?
Like
Because
it's
a lot of
an
people did rent it.
and a lot and pretty much everybody who ever saw Inner Space loved it,
And if
but
it
that's
flopped in
not
the
a lot of
theaters,
people.
if it flopped in the theaters and they played it habitually on HBO, that was kind of one of those. Yeah, they made you think it was a hit.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't actually a hit. Yeah, because HBO made hits too, and that carried
yeah,
over to video. If something was a
hmm
hit on HBO, some enough people would rent it, and it was entirely perception. If something's checked out on video, it's a hit, and so other
yep,
people would do it. So it was all like that type of shit. And again, anybody who saw Interspace loved it. So
hmm
it got a great fucking buzz, but it's still not a hit. But uh, Dennis Quaid kept trying to do that type of shit, like, and not. He didn't have another fucking. I forgot the saying.
hmm.
He didn't have like a backup
Oh,
role. Like he just was playing charming action dad pre kids type
yeah,
thing, right?
he was the more accessible Harrison Ford.
Right. He's just Tuck Pendleton. Because Harrison
Oh,
Ford to this
yeah,
date has still never done something where he acknowledges that he's fucking charming.
he
He's
also hasn't.
never
Yeah,
done
he's never
that.
played the dad of a full family,
Right.
like a
Wig.
middle class dad with
No,
the
he's never
kids.
done that. And fucking all of these dudes have at this time point, though Dennis Quaid, RIP, might have done it in a Christian movie. And
Mhm.
that those don't count because they weren't real actors.
Although Dennis Quaid also in recent years kind of he fell into this thing where he's playing psychos.
Yeah, he plays psychos for the check, and then he plays
Like there's two or three
Christian
movies.
movies for the attention. Yeah.
There's about two or three movies I could think of where he plays the guy. He sells. There's one where he sold the house to the people that he used to own, but he can't
Mhm.
let go of the house. And then there's
It's
another
like
one where he plays like a holy roller who
somehow
kills
Dennis
kids who break
Quaid
into his house.
is like a less serious Corbin Burnson in the year 2023. Like,
Well, Corbin Burns, and the thing I like about him though is when he shows up, he clearly just wants to have fun too.
yeah. Well, he does. I mean, like, he did Punisher, and Punisher was a total fucking joke about the fucking white Christian nationalists and shit, and like, but that's his target audience for the other half of his output. And then, but they let him direct, and it's like kids and shit or something. Like, yeah, like he seems like totally cool with it. Whereas Dennis Quaid has like played fucking Bush. Like, come on.
Yeah, he never really had like Dennis Quaid's been around, but he's just never really, yeah.
No, he never.
Never really found a
The
place for him.
closest, his closest breakthrough was Wyatt Earp, and then that was '94, I think. And
Yeah,
so then
whenever
it was only
Tombstone.
6 years until Meg Ryan fucking dumped him, and that like derailed his entire fucking all of his momentum.
Yeah. That
That's so
looks so
funny.
bogus.
That's so funny.
Dun 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 dun.
Now this is like a set. This is like a cheap version of a set of an Agatha Christie movie from the '70s.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the Orient Express. Oh, look at
wow, the
that.
camel's fine. That's
Yeah,
unlikely. Danny DeVito probably requested another $50,000 for that bit.
yeah, just to do that.
Oh, the music. God, it sucks.
Ah,
Uh,
no, don't shoot.
is Runaway better than this? Runaway is better than this, isn't it?
What, Tom Selleck?
Yeah, it's got to be better
Yeah.
than this. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
this is a really fucking bad
You get
1985
you get to
movie.
see that prick Gene Simmons die at the end of Runaway.
Oh hell
So,
yeah! Fuck that guy.
this is just ugh.
Listen to the music.
Yeah, the music
Like,
sucks.
what the fuck is this?
Oh, look at that. They did all that for nothing.
Yep. This is the twist at the end of the movie in the '80s, folks. This is when Spock has to go hunt Khan alone. This is this is how the '80s did that twist. We thought there was a resolution, but there wasn't. You know what's a good movie? The Beast. The Beast is a good movie.
Oh, look at
Uh,
this. Another picturesque locale. A lingering shot.
I want to watch Black Stallion too. Oh, we could do the Black Stallions. Oh my! Oh, except there's technically a third one, so you're saved from me fucking loving the first Black, like just awkwardly just being like, "This is so fucking cool. Look at what, look at how the horse running thing works. It's so fucking weird. I love it." Oh.
They had a I was watching through Amazing Stories not long ago, and they had an episode with the kid from um the Black
Black
Stallion.
Stallion, yeah,
Guess what he was doing in that episode?
riding a horse.
Riding a fucking horse. Would
Yeah.
you believe it?
Okay, so yeah, I actually had forgotten about that. One of the big subplots of Black Stallion is that it's American lost in Arabia type movie Arabia. So here we've got that again. Um, did they add those shots after Goonies came out?
Right,
But
Skull.
okay, I'm gonna say it.
Hmm.
We would not have noticed the photography in this if we hadn't. We haven't commented on it once. Jan de
Beyond the Bond.
Bont is not. He's like shooting a fucking sitcom here. Like, and that's Teague, man. That'll fucking show you. Oh
Oh,
wow, there's an effect shot, baby.
ugh.
Ewoks, the battle for Endor had been on television at this point, everybody. Like, you couldn't be delivering 1983 optical effects in 1985. Shit dated quickly then, at least as far as the general audience went.
So this is their impossible escape here. Um, I don't even know how the fuck they get out of this one.
Nope, I don't remember either. I
I,
also
I
forgot
keep
that there's a
forgetting.
DJ sequence.
I do remember well, I don't even want to, the big finale where,
No, don't ruin it for me. I want to be disappointed too. I
oh yeah,
forgot. I want to be disappointed.
that's the one thing I do remember about this sequence, this whole last bit, because we're coming to the end.
We're coming to the end, but it's going to be a longish sequence because we got about just under 20 minutes left. So it's going to be I bet it's going to be 15-minute sequence
Why is he still dressed like a guy out of a Billy Joel video?
because that's the point. He's doing a concert. See,
Uh,
this was Michael Douglas going, I can produce your music video, and not being able to convince anybody to do it. It's kind of good that Michael Douglas got this out of his system. Like he failed this out of his system, because otherwise, I can see him trying to make Vanilla Ice happen in '91.
yeah,
This
that's a Michael Jackson
feels
video.
it feels like a combination of Mannequin 2 and a Michael Jackson video.
And Hollywood comes
Hollywood,
out.
Hollywood should fucking come out. As we've noted before, there are very few bad movies that can't be improved by Misha Taylor as Hollywood.
Hollywood comes out and raps.
A fucking Hollywood Holland Taylor vehicle together,
Oh man,
that would be the shit.
that's something Logo would probably play forever on weekends.
Okay, so this is pre Dragnet by a couple of years.
Right.
This is just pure fucking. I mean, wasn't this white supremacist imagery in Cobra? Like all this shit is interchangeable. Like your demonization
Yeah,
is
as
all
long as it has
interchangeable.
fire, chanting fire,
See,
something
that's the
burning,
thing that I
a
don't think
symbol,
anybody understood was
a symbol
that's
with a
like
bird or something.
kind of the lasting legacy of what was it?
What?
Oh brother, where art thou? Like just like, oh no, fuck this shit. This is what it is. And then nobody could do it again
No.
until, you know, but it didn't get to be like a serious drama beat anymore. Like it didn't get you didn't get to like just these fucking poor extras considering their lives and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just okay, but when did people get over exploiting native populations? I don't know. When did we start shooting everything on a green screen? Episode 1? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Because
not
all
episode
this is,
1, episode 7 or whatever.
uh,
When did we stop going on location? Though Indiana Jones 5 could have used a little bit more location. Just
oh man. That the part with the horse, man. The parade part. I just,
they had the proof of concept of it. I stand by my idea that if the first action sequence had actually been a good Indiana Jones action sequence, the horse sequence would have just been a middling Indiana Jones action sequence, and you would have let it pass until you got on to the further stuff. Because the other thing about the horse sequence is
Mm,
that that's a really harsh Indiana Jones sequence when you think about it. Like,
mm,
they're killing civilians. We don't
yeah,
usually have bad guys just killing off office staff in Indiana Jones movies. And the
that's
bad
something I
guys were
really,
Nazis. Like,
yeah, I really did not like that, and the fact that they introduced the one agent just to
yeah,
just
just
to
a
pick
fucking
her off
killer.
like that.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense to me.
That,
And the biggest, the most unforgivable was Antonio Banderas.
yeah.
So,
You're you're bringing in your distinct players, but then you're 86ing them so they don't come back.
yeah, it was
Which
like,
is weird because you're not franchise building anymore. You're legacy quilling, except you're not. Your
so
black girl comes back in the Phoebe Waller movie. Antonio Banderas is back in the Phoebe Waller movie. You have a picture of Harrison Ford and Karen Allen in the Phoebe Waller movie. I don't care if it's got to be a show. That's what you do. I don't care if you have to
yeah,
pair her with Daniel fucking Glover. That's what you do. You make it happen and you let Daniel Glover have his fucking 70s fro. Like, do it. Just don't fuck around. Like, she proved she can handle it. Like, do it. Like, I'm sick of waiting for one of these franchises. It's what we're talking about. It's we don't have a Joan Wilder franchise. We don't get to have a non superhero woman action franchise.
yeah, somebody like, yeah,
Yeah, and that's
that's
what
not
we need
that's
that.
not purposely that's not purposely like supposed to be like
Look at his
Indiana
fucking
Jones like Tomb
sneakers.
Raider or some shit.
Yeah, look at his sneakers. Look at fucking
Yeah, look.
Douglas's sneakers there. Those some good big soles on those sneakers.
So DeVito is basically a like a he's kind of like Gilbert Gottfried
Oh
in
God.
Aladdin. It's just the
Okay,
villain's
no
foil.
better universe. DeVito said no, and it was Gilbert Gottfried. Just fucking
Wait a minute.
125% to Michael Douglas's face.
He knocked the board over or something
Yeah,
over the chasm
yeah.
because okay.
The ladder slid just right, and now it's all over. Okay, so we missed the scene where we discovered he was the jewel. We were talking about a different movie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, here we
Either
go.
way,
I'm the villain from Iron Eagle.
I've got you now, Iron Eagle.
Oh
A
no.
100 times better than Top Gun any day. Yeah, damn it.
Is that a Star of David? It can't be, right? Like,
It's probably a pentagram.
okay.
No, it's not a star though.
This is so fucking stupid. Look at this action sequence. This is a bad action beat out of a TV show. You could do this. You could have done
Yeah,
this on a TV show. What we're getting here, we're getting a crane effect. Like,
this is like this is the final showdown at the end of Misfits of Science.
oh, oh shit. So Michael Douglas was racist about that shit. Okay. He's our hero, everybody. Oh, this is the big action finale.
Yeah, this is it. Whoa!
What the fuck? There are very few movies where I would say it would help to have Lauren Michaels involved, but it would help
Eh,
to have Lauren.
but then if he was involved, you'd have to have some annoying like SNL alums be in it.
I mean, Dan Aykroyd had just been in Temple of Doom. He could have done a cameo
Oh, Dan Aykroyd's down for
string.
anything.
Yeah, he could have done a cameo string
He's
or a
down
string of
for anything.
cameos.
Yeah. Although he might have been doing wait, no. Dragnet came out later.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would have been fine.
Dan Aykroyd had some fucking bangers. All right.
Yeah.
He really did. We watched Dragnet a while ago, and it's just like,
When you go watch Dr. Detroit, man? You gotta watch
when
that
am
one.
I gonna have fucking time to we gotta so I gotta watch Alan Court. I gotta watch Ghostbusters. I gotta watch Alan. All right, hold on. Man. Well, we gotta
Dr.
what's the
Detroit.
sequel to Doctor Detroit?
It teases a sequel at the end, which is hilarious. But you gotta watch the movie to get the joke. Oh look, it's the jewel and his
Man,
power is activated. Whatever the
this
fuck he's doing.
fucking shitty fucking CGI. Like, just imagine how bad that looked in the theater, children. Like, just imagine how fucking bad that
Now
looked.
he's supposed to be walking through fire, even though you could see that there's no fire directly around him, but
Oh my
for the
god.
bad
Just
blue screen
he
sequence.
hired the same fucking guy who did Starman, except he must have. Except the Starman guy at least had John Carpenter to fucking keep him in line or something. Jesus.
Oh.
This ought to be a fucking Starman sequel. Then we could have at least watched Starman.
Hey, was
Oh
the
shit! Howard
was the
Hassman,
pilot
T.K. Carter,
where?
and fucking Dr. Detroit.
I told you, man.
I know, I forgot. I can't even remember the name of the app that the fucking watch list is in. It's something like Movie Tracker. Like
Oh, it's all Plex.
I know it is. I gotta fucking someday I'm gonna fucking take off a movie watching festival, but it ain't today.
No. Hey, how
Oh,
come
come
some of those guys had
on.
Santa Claus hats on?
Because they ran out of fucking
They
money.
ran out of it.
Well, one of those was an effect shot where they multiplied the crowd, and it was a really bad one. So that's the other thing people don't realize is like the mid 80s special effects were kind of, it's like they took all the wrong lessons from like
Uh-oh.
Jaws 3 or something. Like everything sort of looked like one of the composite shots in Jaws 3, and it shouldn't have, right? Like that wasn't what that looks like shit because of a bad transfer and things like that. But instead, everybody was like, oh, people don't notice that our composites have these fucking quarter-inch outlines. Oh my god.
Oh,
No.
down goes the bad guy, huh?
Okay, I like the music now more than usual, and here's why.
Mm.
Because we get to stop watching this fucking movie. This experience is over. The disappointment is over.
This is
This
it.
is something I would have walked on if I'd been 10 years, 15 years older when it came out, or 10 years older, probably. But
Oh yeah, if
like,
I was 11 when it came out, there's no way I would have watched the rest
no,
of this.
man, we would have fucking been out of there so early.
I remember having to sit
Oh,
through this
thank
at,
God for
at
those
the
white
Delphi
people.
Theater.
Thank God for those white people who don't even have a fucking black sidekick. Like, those are some white saviors.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that. Ah, they got hitched. They should have got married by Hollywood.
Oh God,
Huh?
the people
Holland
from the
Taylor's back.
tribe.
The tribes
Okay,
people and
okay, dude, you fucking sucker punched to win the fight, dude.
yeah.
That's problematic. As if the rest of this isn't like, holy shit. Oh wow, Holland Taylor was like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, get me off this
I
set.
do not. Someday there's going to be such a thing as a screen cap and a meme, and I don't want people with me and these black children behind me dressed like this. Here we go. You've been waiting the whole time for the Billy Ocean song. Here it is, everybody.
Okay, so the jewel was named Avner Eisenberg.
Yep.
Let that
There.
sink in, kids.
So, Nubian. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Nubian chief.
Holy shit.
Nubian wrestler.
Isn't that the same credit as in King Kong in 1933 or whatever?
Nubian dancers.
Ooh, what? They could just be the Senegalese dancers, except no, because the Senegalese, like, dude, we don't all live
Oh,
in
look.
fucking.
Billy Ocean gets a
Look at
special
how
credit.
many people wrote that.
And Billy Ocean.
Wait a second. Where's the Jewel of the Nile credit? Does he get an early credit? Okay, these shots are like a projection too. That's the other thing.
Mm.
They're like shooting a projection for some reason. That's
Special wardrobe for
special
Kathleen
wardrobe. Oh,
Turner.
we weren't paying attention for his goddamn hair. Let's see. Uh, right. Look at the difference in the footage. Yeah, that was totally a fucking front screen projection for some stupid reason. I assume Rachel Griffiths is not the Australian actress. Pirates costumes, okay. Hair, come on, hairstylists. Aw,
But no special
no. Ferry Zamore is not Michael Douglas's regular hairstylist.
choreographer.
Uh-huh.
See?
Oh, so the Senegalese dancers were like, wait, you want us to dance like what? I wonder if Peter De Palma is fucking Brian De Palma's kid. Speaking
Oh,
of
this is the
nepotism.
80s. The
Alex
day of
Witt. I
the
wonder if Alex Witt is Alexander Witt, who directed Resident Evil
mhm.
2.
Precious Wilson.
Precious
Second
Wilson.
Jewel of the Nile.
No. They should have
Legion.
gotten the chick who did
Oh. Houdini, the freaks come out at night. African breeze.
Nubian Dance by the Nubians.
Nubians. Jive
Available on
Records.
Jive Records. What
Home of
the
Billy
fuck?
Ocean. Yeah. So Billy
Wow.
Ocean, I guess, might have actually been honor bound to do this.
Morocco. Wedding cake gets a special call out. The gowns get a
Wedding
call
rings.
out. Memory of Diane Thomas. Yep.
Technicolor. For making this the dullest looking.
Mm-hmm. Just
Ugh.
you know what it is? They were dragging out the runtime. That's what they were doing. They were slowing down the fucking end.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense now. Okay. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was Jewel of the Nile. That
yeah,
bullshit.
that really sucks. Don't Let's do Alan Quartermain's next.
Well, yeah, I'll have to try to watch them through the Plex. Hopefully, they won't.
Okay, we'll figure it out. I don't know. Either we'll do those next or we'll do Ghostbusters, but I need to fucking at least I gotta watch Ghostbusters again,
Yeah,
so that's gonna need timing. So
yeah,
we
I got
might have it.
Ghostbusters ready.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need to find a time to watch that, which I think I can do next weekend. But that's
Yeah,
the plan. But if not, we're gonna be delayed, folks. But we do have shit in the list. So yes, that is a good idea. Let's not do Quartermains because those suck. But they'll be fun, but we're not going to do something fun that sucks next. We're going to do something that
yeah.
is good, at least. It's good. It just has a awkwardly problematic legacy, like an out of nowhere problematic legacy. Just we had no idea, and like somehow they can't. It's because the Ghostbusters faithful just I don't know whatever.
They're a picky lot, just like any
They're
other fandom.
I think they're as toxic as fucking Star Wars, and Star Wars includes everyone. That's why it's so toxic.
Thing
But I
about Ghostbusters is it's almost like where do you get off being a Ghostbusters fan and being such a prick? like,
there's that
like
right.
there's a
Like
difference that like there was a time there was what Star Wars versus Star Trek. You know, Ghostbusters ain't really nothing to be priggish about.
no,
like
like
you can't be elitist about
no,
Ghostbusters.
you can't. You can be elitist about original trilogy still. I will let you do that. You can
Yeah,
be elitist about Indiana
any
Jones. You can be
any
elitist
version
about
of Star Trek.
Jaws, Star Trek. You can't. You can be elitist about Terminator 1 and 2, but
Yeah,
that's it, and that doesn't count. You can be elitist about James Cameron. So like but then that falls off too because you can't be elitist about him after a certain point. So it's like there's only so much you can be elitist about. And fucking Ghostbusters,
yeah.
like
Ghostbusters. You, you got to laugh at somebody who's I
it's
can't believe they're
not
doing this to Ghostbusters. It's like
right.
shut up.
Ghostbusters is not S tier. Like Ghostbusters is really well made. Ghostbusters is really well paced. Like Ghostbusters is a really good fucking comedy. But it's just Ghostbusters. You gotta fucking
Right. Like
like
I
relax.
watched the first one and then I tried to watch 2016.
Mm-hmm.
2016 has problems with it. It's not just because it's like
No,
the female version of. It's just not a good movie.
right.
Like
Like
it's not even funny. It's just
that's not
and you
yeah.
have some people in there like first of all, you got and I guess I'm biased here, but you got Kristen Wiig in it, but then you have Cecily Strong, who I think is funnier than Kristen Wiig, who probably could have played Kristen Wiig's part better than Kristen Wiig, and maybe it single-handedly saved the movie. But instead, they had to have Kristen Wiig play the Kristen Wiig part.
And
Same
that's
thing with
not what Ghostbusters 1 does. That's not
no,
it's not that kind of a team up. It's not a team up of people playing their stereotypes. It's like just because this is the nicest Bill Cosby or not. Whoa,
oh, Bill
sorry,
Murray.
Bill Murray. Sorry, Bill Murray. I didn't mean to
Well,
say
no,
that.
Bill Murray just actually recently got into his little bit of trouble. So,
Oh, did he now? Um,
yeah,
what a not shock. I remember in the 80s when it was like, oh, Bill Murray, you never heard about Bill Murray or Mel Gibson. And it was because they were the good dads, the good family men. And then both of them, it was like, oh no, it was because they were controlling fucking sociopaths.
well, the
Um,
first time I ever heard anything negative about Bill Murray was when they were talking about What About Bob. That
mm,
was the first time I ever heard anybody say anything negative. And then after a while, it just sort of snowballed. For one thing, uh, Dan Aykroyd is a good guy. Okay, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis are good guys because they both put up with a lot between Bill Murray and dealing with Chevy Chase too. because I read about that movie Aykroyd made,
Mm,
uh, Nothing But Trouble
right.
with Chevy, and like there was a point where Chevy came to the set and like got in Aykroyd's face for basically telling him not to be late, you know, and
I think I remember that story.
and
Yeah.
the whole crew decided we're not doing shit until Chevy apologizes to Dan, and it's just like Jesus, dude. And Bill Murray too has been known for a lot of his stuff is surfacing in the
Yeah.
last couple of years. So that's why any of those dudes they're shaking in their boots. Like,
Oh yeah. They're just
a lot of those
yeah.
guys are shaking in their fucking boots now. Anything could come up.
Ronan
There's that
Farrow
whole
exists. Yeah. Like
there's that whole bullshit with Al Franken that he didn't deserve, you know.
these are something. Like that was not oh
But those
that's
guys,
true. Well, yes,
it's
but
no excuse. It's
there's
really
no
no excuse what
excuse.
they did. But back in the day, they let those guys just sort of,
Yes. That was part of the bit. Like
yeah. And the only one
so
who was really, I would say, the only one who could have been malicious in intent of any of those dudes was likely Chevy Chase because
yeah. Chevy
he's an
Chase
asshole.
is an asshole. Like Chevy Chase is an exceptional prick. Like
Yeah, like I've seen, I'm going back to the old Saturday Night Lives, right? And you could just tell his energy compared to the other performers is just, you could tell they hate him. Like,
and it's not like there wasn't a place for Chevy Chase in Ghostbusters.
actually, they what's really cool because the what company has the comic? Is it IDW?
Probably.
I think.
IDW's got all the licenses these days. Yeah.
Well, in their Ghostbusters comic,
Mm,
they have a Chevy character.
really?
Yeah, there's a storyline called The New Ghostbusters where this character named Ron Alexander, he knows how to take technology and copy it. So he took the schematics, I think, for the proton packs and made his own.
Okay.
And he started his own Ghostbusters thing in Chicago, right? And the way he's drawn to look like Caddyshack
Chevy.
era
Okay.
Chevy. So he's basically the Chevy character in the
Yeah.
Ghostbusters universe. And later on, they sue him because the equipment. The storyline is really good. I can't really go into the whole details, but that series of Ghostbusters is really good. I have the big crossover one, um, crossing over where they cement that the comic book Ghostbusters is mainstream, and then they have the real Ghostbusters. They have any iteration of Ghostbusters is from the multiverse,
Okay. Well, there. That's how
and
you do it.
and that's how they could team up with the female Ghostbusters because
Um. Yeah. I licensed shit starting probably about 10, 12 years ago. It started getting better, and it's like it needed a different age of writer on it. I think that the people who would have been doing it when it was a bad license, you know, in the fucking aughts or whatever.
nobody could get it right. The
Yeah.
Ghostbusters in comics because they either did it too cartoony or there was one where they did it that was way too fucking serious, and I was like, who the fuck is going to read this?
Nah. So it's like we've really gotten, and I was talking about that last time with the Big Trouble comic, the first volume of it at least.
Mhm.
It's just like, yeah, you just waited long enough for fans of this stuff to have become creatives themselves and being willing to do it. So that's cool.
Like this one is really good though. They
I might
really
check that
so
out.
far, and the
Yeah.
art the art is kind of cartoony looking, but it looks enough like they're supposed to be, the movie Ghostbusters. So it's really good.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send a picture because it's funny. They do this thing where they look into the multiverse and they have a picture of Chevy, but they also have Ron Alexander which is the character's name that Chevy is supposed to be. He's like, that looks nothing like me.
All right.
And a lot of the characters look like, they're based on real people, celebrities and stuff.
I actually dig that. I like that thing where you cast the thing. You can only do it with certain stuff, and I
Yeah,
feel like that was some of the problem with the Superman 78 and the Batman 89 was they had their casting for the actors, right? But they didn't have their casting for the new characters and stuff. And that was a
huh.
kind of a bummer. Like it would have
Like the
helped it.
comic book, the Ghostbusters comic brings in one issue. They bring in the character Eugene Levy was supposed to play,
Right. Like that's a cool idea.
Lewis's cousin, Lewis Tully's cousin. This shit is cool as hell.
Well, all right, folks. We will be back with Ghostbusters in living color because why
A
wouldn't it be
monster
in
hit of
color?
1984.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in color. Um, yes, 1984, one of the monster hits. So we'll be back with that next time.
Okie doke. Happy trails, folks.
Don't watch Jewel of the Nile.
No, just stay away from it. Stay. Yeah.